Hello YouTube and welcome to episode 6 of Airline Club. I'm going to be moving a little quicker in this episode. I don't know that I'll open any new routes. I just want to get more out of the routes I already have. So let's start with Naples, where I've built up 5 slots. Actually, I'll do it from here. So I'm going to organize these by profit. And I do still want to start with Naples. Naples to Copenhagen, I have 3. Naples to Warsaw, I have 5. Alright, my one plane can get 3 more flights to Warsaw because we're nowhere near the direct demand. Oh, but we are capped at Warsaw. I kind of forgot about that, or I just assumed that I would have more slots available there. Okay. Copenhagen, we can add 2. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of demand for that. Oh yeah. So I would like to add all 3, but I guess I'm going to have to open new routes after all. Okay, that changes my plan a little bit. I might end up borrowing money, and so this will take a little bit longer, but we'll see. Okay, from London, do I have new slots available in Valencia? Yes. Foggia, yes. Krakow, no, because I just started that one yesterday. But all of these Spanish cities, I have the capability of just adding more flights. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't really want to leave those 3 slots in Naples unused, but I also don't really want to buy another whole plane just to use them. For now, I might do that anyway. Okay. Now I don't think I have very much plane capacity waiting for me. Certainly not 17 slots worth. So my plan had been to just buy a used plane with my remaining 5.5 million. But since I can't do that, I think I'll just go to the bank instead. So I have to plan out my routes and figure out how much money I'm going to need to open new routes before I decide how much I need to borrow. Do I need any new routes from London? 17 slots is quite a bit. So I could double capacity here. That's 5. Or more even. Here I probably don't quite want to double, but Cordova's I think similar to this one. Yeah, so let's say I add 3, 3, 5, and 5. That's about 17. Okay, so I don't need to open any new routes out of London. From Naples, I do need to open one more route. And I remember jotting down some good possibilities, so it shouldn't take me too long to find somewhere I want to fly to. I'll save, at least $1 million. Actually, I should open that route first. Or at least find it. I'm not too concerned about which direction I'm flying in. That's right. I found one that I did like. Now I want to keep my expenditures down for now. And for some reason there's no competition to Genoa. If we look, there's a huge amount. Oh wait, there is competition. Maybe that's recent. Oh, I'm looking from London. That's my problem. From Naples, there's no competition at all. It's a short flight, but I can live with that. I can even get away with just these two, which I think I'll do because then I won't need to borrow any money. And also, another reason I like it, it's only $68,000 to start this flight, so it's quite a deal. Now I'm going to come back to... Oh, actually, I'm just going to buy that plane now. So I need a plane that I can purchase immediately because I don't want to borrow any money. It looks like... I'm going to sort them by condition, from best to worst. So the first plane that I can actually buy is this one. This one's pretty close. I'm not really sure which one's a better value. This one's obviously worse. I think this looks pretty reasonable. So I will go ahead and purchase that. Now, of course, I'm going to have to replace this plane sooner, but I'm going to want to start replacing these small planes at some point anyway. So maybe 5 or 7 years from now, when this plane is ready to be replaced, I will be ready to move on from the Embraer 120. Coming back to my routes. Sure, go ahead and use that up. And what did I say I wanted? At least 5 more. Let's make it just 5 because I think there was even more demand somewhere else. All right, update that. Yeah, this city has the most demand. So let's add 6 more, update that. Oh, I am going to run out of plane capacity. Let's do that. And that. So I only have 2 slots that I'm leaving unused in London. I guess that's acceptable for now. Now let's take a look at... Oh, I should have actually probably added another flight here. But honestly, I don't like using up too many slots in both London and Naples. So although it's kind of odd to have such a thin connection between my 2 hubs, I'm going to just leave it that way anyway. So on some of these routes, I've actually doubled capacity, but I'm going to go through them and look at the price, because I think there's a lot of room to increase prices. Oh, and somehow I'm down to 1. I guess my math was off. Okay. So capacity is 300, direct demand is 600. I'm currently 2 notches above the default price. I'll go ahead and move it up 1 more. Here, because I'm actually below 50%, and I don't want to sort of stake everything on a single strategy, so I'll leave that one alone. To Krakow, notice we have not just 100% now, but it's been 100% for the entire 2 weeks. Okay. Well, nevertheless, it's been 100% the whole time. So the default price is 460. I'm going to move it up 2 notches. Naples to Warsaw, very similar situation. Currently it's at the default price. I'll move it up 2 notches. London to Rota. That's lower than... Yeah, that's still lower than the default. Okay, I did increase it, but not even all that much. So here's the default. I'll move it up one more notch than that. London to Cordoba. There's the default. So that would be a two, I'm calling them notches. 2 increments of 5%. Naples to Copenhagen. I see that little dip there, and it's enough to dissuade me from changing the price. Let's just see where it is relative to the default. It's at the default. I'm going to just leave it there, even though we're still at less than half of the direct demand. London to Naples, I usually leave connections to hubs at the default price, although I don't even know that I'm charging that much, am I? No. And, oh, but there was competition. It's not even particularly important that this flight is full because I'm not relying on transfers between my hubs. Naples to Genoa. Oh no, I have one slot in London and one slot in Naples. It would be kind of nice to increase this to 3, but I guess I won't worry about it too much. This is a brand new flight, so I'm going to take it down from the default. The price is pretty low to begin with because it's so short, but the demand is so high that I think once it's established, I can increase the price enough to make it worthwhile. Okay, so that's all I really need to do right now. I've decided not to borrow any money, but I'm pretty sure I will next time. So currently I can borrow about $27 million. I wouldn't necessarily need to borrow all of that, but I might. And by the time I come back, I expect my income to have increased quite a bit because we just added quite a bit of capacity and we raised prices. So before it was really stable at about 64,000. Now it's really stable at about 180,000. And once I see where this jumps up to and stabilizes at, I'll have a better idea how much money I can borrow. And I will consider expanding Naples if I don't have enough slots to make use of all my capital. All right, bye for now.